We finally got it! A new box after waiting after maintenance. So Monday was the day we called for. It was the final day. If we didn't get it after this maintenance, we wasn't going to get it this month. Konami came through. Now, we did not see a ban list, unfortunately. But, as I can see, Malefic monsters reveal their true forms. Yes, I've always wanted to try Malefics. I remember some of y'all hearing me say that in the chat. We didn't get heroes. Well, I don't know yet, but hopefully there's still heroes in here, but I doubt it. But we got Malefics, and for those of y'all who are new, who are new coming into Duel Links, how Yu-Gi-Oh is, I used to be the Malefics master. But Malefic Stardust on the front, dude. Let's get into it now, shall we? Yeah, boy, Malefic Stardust. Ooh, let's go. Oh, dude, I love Malefics, man. We got the DDs. I don't know how good. I guess the DDDs. I mean, the DDDs were what? Their whole main engine was with pendulum summons. So I don't know. I don't remember all of their effects because I remember messing around with them a while back when pendulums came out. They used to be broken in pendulums. Holy crap! But I guess they're bringing the non-pendulum type cards and seeing how well they work. I remember a lot of these cards too. DD Swirl Slime, DD Dragon King Pendragon. I remember these cards. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, dude. All right, let's get into it. New box. All right, let me make sure everything looks good on my end. I'm gonna have to go up a little bit, make sure y'all see it. All righty. Malefic Stardust Dragon. I'm gonna show you how this works. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing one Stardust Dragon from your extra deck and cannot be special summoned by other ways. There can only be one face-up Malefic monster on the field. Face-up field spell cards cannot be destroyed by effects. Other monsters you control cannot declare an attack. If there is no face-up field spell on the field, destroy this card. Malefics! So, I can already tell y'all gonna want to play a skill that opens up with a field spell. Any skill would work, but you probably want to play something like Peak Performance, as Malefic Stardust gains an extra 200 attack and defense by the field spell, so you probably want to play like Peak Performance with this card. But yeah, man, I remember in the TCG, I used to play this card with Seal of Orichalcos, which gains all monsters on your side of the field an extra 500 attack. And then Seal of Orichalcos couldn't be removed easily, so you just have Malefic Stardust Dragon with 3k attack and just wrecking people, man. I don't know if they have Malefic Cyber End Dragon in there though. A free 4k beater on the field. I don't think they have that in this box, but it would be nice, you know, because that'd probably be a UR as well, you know. So I don't see them having that card in here, but maybe we haven't looked at the whole box. We might see. But yeah, awesome Malefic Stardust Dragon. Can't wait to play it. We got the gems for it. I know that much. Ancient Pixie Dragon. So another Ancient Fairy Dragon card. It's a generic level 7. Just like Power Tool Mech Dragon. It's a dark, so that means you could summon this card with Black Salvo and Light Sworns. After resolving a field spell card that was activated during your turn, draw one card. You can only use this effect with Ancient Pixie Dragon once per turn. Once per turn, you can target one face-up attack position monster on the field. Destroy that target. It must be a face-up field spell on the field to activate and to resolve the effect. So, I can see some plays with Ancient Pixie Dragon. Like, I know Desperado, maybe. I know it's kind of hard to play Black Salvo and Necro Valley in the same deck, but I can see some synergy with it, where, like, let's say you Black Salvo, bring out Ancient Pixie Dragon, activate Necro Valley, and then you draw a card, and then you can pop a face-up attack position monster. So I think that's probably the more optimal play I could see with Ancient Pixie Dragon currently. But I don't know. Tell me what other uses could be with this card. DDD Flame King's Genghis. Fusion level 6 Fire Fiend. So this is the new archetype. Let's get into it. 2 DD monsters that fuse it. 2000 attack. If another DD monster is special summoned to your field while you control this face-up card, you can target 1 DD monster in your graveyard. Special summon. You can only use this effect DDD Flame King Genghis once per turn. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target 1 Dark Contact card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So this is interesting. It has some really good effects. You know, you could, while this, so another monster destroyed by this card is you can target 1 DD monster. So you could pretty much special summon that same monster back onto the field. I wonder what would happen if you have 2 of these Flame King Genghis on the field. I think they keep recycling because it's not specific on the name. I think if you have 2 of these cards out, you have to like banish them or something. That's actually a really good effect. No, sorry. I think I'm getting confused. Sorry. This card is you can target. No, never mind. Sorry. It's special summoned. It's just been so long. Sorry. No. So yeah, they have to be special summoned. I guess there's some combo with this. I don't know. I'm gonna look throughout all the cards. I'm gonna do some testing on screen and see why this card's a UR. But I know there's probably some sick combo as we dig deep further. What's another one? Malefic Paradox Gear. Alrighty. This is a UR too. I've never seen this card yet. I think this is relatively new. Or I just never used the TCG. It is probably bad. Level 1 machine effect. If a face-up field spell is on the field, you can tribute this card, special summon 1 Malefic Parallel Gear from your deck. Then add 1 Malefic monster from your deck to your hand. Wow. If a Malefic monster would banish a monster to special summon itself by its own way, you can banish this card you control or in the graveyard instead. Wow! You're going to use each effect of Malefic Paradox Gear once per turn. So yeah, this card is very good support for the Malefics. I think this is a new card, man. I think they added this card after they brought out the Malefics, because I've never heard of this card. DD Swirl Slime. Fiend level 2, attack 200, defense 200. If this card is in your hand, you could fusion summon 1 DD fusion monster from your extra deck. Use the monster from your hand as oh my god, including this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon 1 DD monster from your hand. You only use each effective DD Swirl Slime once per turn. That's the combo. So I guess you use DD Swirl Slime in the hand, special summon this, and then you banish it, special summon another DD, and then with this card's effect, you could probably special summon another DD that you use to bring this card out, and now you have 3 cards on the field. That's the play. And then if it destroys, let's say they destroy this card next turn, you get the search. Wow, dude, DDDs, interesting. Okay. Degrade Buster, a Cyber Sea. Cyber Sea, we have a new typing. Now, I am new to Cyber Sea because I think this type came out when Link Summoning came out. So I never played with this type at all. So I'm probably just as new to this as you guys are. This type. So let's see what Cyber Seas actually do. All right, so we got level 7 Fire, Cyber Sea effect. 2500 attack, 2500 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 Cyber Sea monsters from your graveyard. You can target 1 monster your opponent controls with higher attack than this card. Banish into the end phase. You only use this effect to degrade Buster once per turn. Okay. Interesting. That's actually really good in certain matchups. Dark Dust Spirit. Zombie Spirit level 6. Dude, this is an old card, man. This is an old card. I remember this card. I remember the last time I seen this card seeing major play was in Monarchs. Alright, so cannot be special summoned. During the end phase of this turn, this card is normal summon or flip face up, return it to the hand. When this card is normal summon or flip face up, destroy all other face up monsters on the field. Dude! Oh, I remember. Yeah, this is why it was so busted in Monarchs. You would set up a field, and all you gotta do It's just, oh, okay. Dark Dust Spirit. Pop all of your monsters on the field. Oh, man. I can see some spicy plays with Dark Dust Spirit. We're going to do some Dark Dust Spirit spice. Probably on my second or third stream after the box release, we will do some Dark Dust Spirit strats. So look forward to that. Miscellaneousaurus. Fire level 4 dinosaur effect. Attack 1800, defense 1000. So we got more dinosaurs, and it's a UR dinosaur, so you know it has a good effect. I think this was played by Tyranno, wasn't it? Wasn't this played before by Tyranno, or am I getting a different monster? Oh well, let's read its effect. During either player's main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. During this main phase, dinosaur monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. You can banish any number of dinosaur monsters from your graveyard, including this card. Special summon one dinosaur monster from your deck with a level equal to the total number of monsters banished to activate this effect, but destroy it during the end phase. You only use this effect Miscellaneousaurus once per turn. Survival's in. You might have some more Survival's in support. And it's a fire, so you can play invokes with it. This is a fire for Purgatrio. Interesting how this could work out. I mean, we don't have crazy amount of like a dinosaur deck because we kind of require just pop in with Survival's in. So I don't know if Miscellaneousaurus would actually put in any work, so to speak. I mean, this card's good with Giant Rex. With Special Summon Giant Rex. I mean, Special Summon Giant Rex and Special Summon another dino. Maybe it might be good for a Synchro Summoning deck because if you can Special Summon a low-level tuner dino monster from your deck and then Synchro Summon it with Giant Rex, I think that's the play to do with this card. Interesting. We might have to look into this card. Next card, Just Die Break. Trap card, generic. We got another generic trap card in the game. Activate only when your opponent declares an attack against a face-up normal monster you control. Destroy all monsters on the field except face-up. Attack position normal monsters. Battle phase trap, really good effect, but you have to activate it during the battle phase. Not good in this meta. I can see it in a fun deck, fun memeish deck. It's probably about all I could say, but it's a really good. Like I say, that's a really good effect. Just it's a mirror force effect. But battle phase traps, not that good in this current meta. Sad to say. DDD Gus High King Alexander SR. So now we're on to the SRs. This is generic Fiend Synchro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got a generic level 10. I mean, another generic level 10, but this one actually has attack. 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Generic level 10. Can anyone say Thunder Dragons? Finally, Roar with Raiden. Go into something, man. Jeez, finally. I don't know if people will play it, but yo. All right, let's read its effects. If 3 or more DDD monsters are on the field, this card gains 3,000 attack if another DD monster is normal or special summoned to your field. While this monster is on the field, except during the damage step, you can target one DD monster in your graveyard special summon it. You're going to use this effective DDD Gus High King Alexander once per turn. So this card's going to be a sack card easily. If you have a monster with 2,000 or less attack, this is such a sack, dude. I think this is going to be the card people are going to... This is going to be the strat, man. People are going to play True Nate in this deck. They're going to try to go for this card, and then they're just going to sack their opponent, man. Play this card with Concentrating Current, dude. That's GG's, man. But so, unfortunately, you got to figure out a way like with True Nating Concentrating or something like that. But yeah, I can see people sacking with this card easily. You know, all I got to do is bring out this card, special summon the DD, and you have 3Ds on the field, and it becomes 3,000 attack. Interesting. Interesting. Malefic Blue Eyes, White the Dragon. Cannot be normal summoned set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck. There can only be one Malefic monster on the field. Other monsters you control cannot declare an attack if there is no other face-up physical on the field. Destroy this card from your deck, guys. Banish Blue Eyes from your deck. All you gotta do is have Blue Eyes in your deck, Stardust in your extra deck. Your Malefics are set, and it's a dark. So if they destroy it, and you have Blue Eyes in the, and you have light monsters in the grave, can anyone say Levianeer? Levianeer's so busted, man. I'm so glad I got 2 of them because Levianeer's gonna fit so well in all of these decks. I think DDs are dark too. DDs are dark too. Oh, wait, no, sorry. No, they're fire. Never mind. Damn it. Dang it, man. But yeah, good card, man. Malefic Rainbow Dragon. Now, this card didn't see much play in the TCG because you have to throw a Rainbow Dragon, which is useless by itself in your extra deck. So, but it's a freaking 4K attack beater. And it's the same effect. You banish, you remove and play one Rainbow Dragon from your hand or deck. There can only be one face-up Malefic monster on the field. Other monsters you control cannot declare an attack if there is no face-up monster on the field. Destroy this card. So you can only have one Malefic Rainbow Dragon. You can only have one Malefic monster on the field, which is a pretty big restriction. But you can play a deck with a lot of back row. I think that's how this deck's gonna also be played. Just play a deck with a whole bunch of back row and a whole bunch of Malefic monsters, and you should be good. We do run a 20-card deck, so it's gonna be kind of hard to fit each Malefic card in the deck. That's why I think Malefic Rainbow Dragon will probably see less play, because maybe Malefic Stardust Dragon will probably just be in the deck, and people just run like I said, support and back row and things like that to kind of support the card. And Malefic Stardust Dragon is the Stardust card, so there is Stardust cards that support Stardust monsters in general. So I think Malefic Stardust might be just the primary card to go to. Secondary would be Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon in a Blue Eyes Chaos build. But Malefic Rainbow Dragon, I could see it being played in the fun deck, but it's something to really look into. But it is a big beater though. Dino Wrestler Capoeira Raptor. Level 4 Dinosaur Earth. I remember a lot of y'all been talking about dinosaur support. Well, here y'all go. We got dinosaur support. This attack position monster cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is attacked, change it to defense position at the end of the damage step. During the standby phase, if this card is in defense position, you can special summon one Dino Wrestler Capoeira Raptor from your deck. You only use this effect of Dino Wrestler Capoeira Raptor once per turn. Interesting card, interesting. I wonder how this would do in another Dino deck. Ooh, we got another Guard Dragon card. Andrake, level 4 Dragon effect. 2000 attack. It's a wind. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by a card effect. If this card is special summoned from the hand or deck, you could double this card's original attack and defense until the end of the next turn. If this card is special summoned from the graveyard, or if this banished card is special summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls. Destroy it. You can only use each effect to Guard Dragon Andrake once per turn. Dude, this card is be broken with Rebirth, dude. Powerful Rebirth and Guard Dragon Andrake. You just keep popping your opponent's monsters. I can see some strats with this easily. Or you can play Neos with this too, just to send it to the graveyard. Powerful Rebirth it to pop a monster on your opponent's turn. Guys, on your opponent's turn to really ruin their plays. We're playing with this card, guaranteed. That's actually pretty busted. Because like I said, cards that could ruin your opponent's plays on their turn are really good strategies. It's a 2-card combo and you gotta get in the graveyard, but you play decks that easily do that, it's a very good strategy. SR Malefic Territory, another card I'm not familiar with because I never played with this card. Might be new. Or maybe I looked at it before and never wanted to use it. Maybe it was too slow, but let's check it out. It's a continuous spell card. When this card is activated, you can activate one Malefic World from your deck. So we got Malefic World in there. Yes! While that card is in the field zone, neither player can target a card in the field spell. Oh my god! With card effects. The Malefic Monster effect. There can only be one face-up Malefic monster on the field. Becomes there can only be one face-up Malefic monster on the field with the same name. During the battle phase, negate the effects of face-up Malefic monsters on the field. How do we fit this in a 20-card deck? We're gonna be playing around. We're definitely gonna be playing around with this deck, man. I love Malefics. Malefics are just spam monster, spam monster. You thought I was done? Spam monster, man. Dude. Yes! Yeah, dude, this card's busted. Oh, man, dude. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun. Now they can't Cosmic Cyclone your field spells. They can't pop it with Malefic Stardust Dragon on the field. All you gotta do is just protect Malefic territory, and it's game over. I mean, shoot. And there's Malefic Cyber and Dragon, which I haven't seen yet. Dark Contract with the Gate. I remember this card seeing a lot of use with DDDs. Let's see how this Let's see how this card would do in this meta. Continuous spell card. During your main phase, you can add one DD monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect Dark Contract with the Gate once per turn. Once per turn, during your standby phase, take 1,000 damage. Yep, that's why, because it just searches freely. It does give you damage, but you search freely. Also, this card will make you lose the duel, so it's not like it'll destroy itself if you take 1,000 damage. You will lose with this card if you have less than 1,000. So people, they can use it against you, so watch out when you play this card, but it's actually really good. Like I said, free search. You just gotta like use it when you can. Last ditch resort, or if you want to go for OTK, because I think DDDs might be that OTK deck. It will be an OTK deck. I can almost guarantee it. This card's gonna help search for your required cards, and you're good. But yeah, really good searcher. Just beware. It's a double-edged sword card. Rainbow Bridge spell card SR. Add one crystal spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Crystal Beast support. What's wrong, Ruby? Ooh. And I did see that trap card in the game too. So now you could add what? Can't you add the Crystal Ageki break now? And you can play that crystal card? Dude. Crystal Beast, man. Got more support. Definitely playing Crystal Beast, man. And then we're What's Wrong Rubing it up all the way from dawn to dusk. Dark Contract. Oh, dude, I remember this card used to be pretty broken in the TCG as well, man. Dark Contract with the Swamp King. I remember this. Let's read its effect. Continuous spell. Once again, during your main phase, you can fusion summon one Fiend-type fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. You can only use this effect, the Dark Contract with the Swamp King, once per turn. As summoning a DD fusion monster this way, you can also banish monsters from your graveyard as fusion material. Once per turn during your standby phase, take 1,000. If summoning a DD fusion monster this way, you can also banish monsters from your graveyard. Yeah, so yeah, this... And also, guys, you could use this card for any Fiend-type fusion monster from your extra deck. So you could play this card with, like I said, I don't know what other Fiend-type fusion monsters we have in the game. You know, I can't think of them any on top of my hand. I mean, on the top of my head, but I'll probably check later. But this card is really broken with DD fusions because now you can use your hand, field, or graveyard. Really good card, man. DDDs. You got 10k gems, man. It's going to go all into these DDD cards and Malefics easily. I might go through 3 of the main box in all honesty because there's so many things I want to try out. Crystal Conclave. Continuous trap card. I remember this card in the TCG as well. This card is very good in Crystal Beast. So this card's going to annoy some opponents when they run into it. I can already tell. It's pretty annoying to deal with. Once per turn, the face-up Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect. You can special summon one Crystal Beast monster from your deck. You can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard. Then target one Crystal Beast card you control and one card on the field. Return them to the hand. You cannot activate these effects in the same chain. Crystal Conclave is busted, man. I remember I kept getting cucked. Like, even in the TCG, I kept getting cucked by this card. I cucked people with it, but I kept getting cucked by it too because of its targeting one Crystal Beast card you control and one card on the field, because it's a card you control, so you could have it in the spell and trap card zone. And you just return that card to the hand, and then you can target one card your opponent has and return it to the hand. Very, very good card. Very, very good card. Like I said, the only thing you got to be wary of is you can't activate both of their effects in the same chain. So if they destroy it by a card effect and then you want to chain it, you can't do that. That's the only downside. But other than that, this card might make Crystal Beast a tier-worthy tier 3 deck. Might make him a tier 3 deck, man. We will see. I think it might be more of a cog worthy though. My prediction, like I said, I don't see none tier worthy yet. But it's all in the gameplay, man. It all depends on how we built the deck. Crystal Conclave is really good though. If anything, it's definitely gonna be a cog worthy deck. Crystal Beast will finally be a cog worthy deck though. So I definitely see potential in cog worthiness from this deck. Acid Trap Hole. Oh my god. Blast from the mother freaking past. This is nostalgic. Acid Trap Hole, generic trap card. Target one face down defense position monster on the field. Flip it face up, then destroy it if its defense is 2,000 or less, or return it face down if its defense is more than 2,000. So I guess I think this is a good tech card. Like, let's say you're playing in a tournament. I think Acid Trap Hole is a really good tech card if you run against a flip deck. So I think this card has good future use as a side deck card, probably nothing else. Because it's only, like I said, only affects face down cards. So I think it's just a little cheeky SR card that Konami just decided to release just because. But yeah. Like I said, beware of this card when you start seeing flip effect monsters becoming meta in tournaments. Malefic Paradox Dragon. There it is. The Synchro Malefic card. It's a rare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 levels. So this card requires Malefic Parallel Gear plus 1 non-tuner Malefic monster. So it's 10 stars, which means Malefic Parallel Gear. How many stars is Malefic Parallel Gear? I think it's further down. It's a level 2, so this card... So it's going to be this card and Malefic Stardust Dragon or Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon to make this card. Okay, cool then. So when this card is Synchro Summoned, you can select one Synchro monster in either player's graveyard and special summon it. There can only be one face-up Malefic Paradox Dragon on the field. Malefic World is not face-up on the field to show this card. So this card is a lot more specific than just having a face-up field spell on the field. You need actually Malefic World on the field. When this card is Synchro Summon. What I do like, it's still situational, but I do like its first effect. When it's Synchro Summon, you can select one Synchro monster in either player's graveyard and special summon it, because Shiranui's 6 sound, you know, Shiranui's 6 sounds, blah blah blah. What else? Light Sworn, Thunder Dragons. I think that's top tier decks. Well, they're top tier decks. Well, they're top tier decks. In some cases, even Dark Magician if they play the tuner, but that rarely happens. I think those are the prime decks that Synchro Summon that you're going to be going up against, because Cyber Dragon Fusions, yeah. So those are going to be the primary decks that you're going to special summon. And special summoning a Shiranui monster, you know, is really good. Special summoning, definitely with Thunder Dragons, with all the text they have, is really good. Black Wings is another one. Special summon their monster is really good. Just either get it out the graveyard or use it against your opponent is really good. But very situational card. That's why it's a rare. I don't think I've ever used it in the TCG at all either. DDD Gus King Alexander. This one's a level 7 Fiend Synchro. This is not generic. DD Tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. So if another DD monster is normal or special summoned to your field while you control the face-up card, except during your damage step, you can target one level 4 or lower DD monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So this one, a little bit more of a specific requirement. You do need a DD Tuner. I mean, yeah, you need a DD Tuner. It's not any DD monster in your graveyard. It has to be a level 4 or lower. But the one upside it does have is if a DD monster is normal or special summon. So probably keep that in mind. This could probably also help go into the level, what was it, level 10 Gus King Alexander. If there's a level 3 DD tuner, you could just use that. Or just a level 3 tuner in general and just do that with this card. Go into the other one. So interesting. DDD Oracle King D-Arc. I remember this card too, man. It's a level 7 2 DD monsters. Any effect that would inflict damage to you makes you gain that much life points instead. So it's a Fiend Fusion effect. It's, I think in the TCG, it's mainly used as a beater. Oh yeah, no, I forgot. No, this card was good with the continuous spells. That's why. This is the card. Okay, so the continuous spells, you want to have this card out because now you gain 1,000 instead of losing 1,000 life points from your continuous spells. That's why it's a beater and it's good with the continuous spells. This is the card you want to go for, and it's a rare, so it's easily pullable. Definitely want to have this card in your DDD deck. DDD Wave Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok. What a name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stars. 2 fusion, 2 DDD monsters. That's it, man. Okay, so the difference between this is DDD monsters. So guys, remember, this one's 2 DD monsters, and this one's 2 DDD monsters, which DDD monsters are fusion monsters. So you're gonna have 2 fusion monsters, fusion them into this big boy right here. Attack 3,200 and 2,000 defense. So y'all probably thought, oh, it's easy to bring this card out. Nah, man, you need 2 fusion monsters. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving this card, you can target one other DD or Dark Contract card you control. Return it to the hand. If you do, equip one face-up monster your opponent controls to this card, except the battling monster. This card gains attack equal to the combined original attack of the monsters equipped to it by this effect. So let's point out some good things about this card. Well, the problem is he has a battle phase effect, which isn't all that good. That is one downside, especially with the summoning requirement. But on the upside, that it doesn't have a restriction on how many cards you can equip to it, and it just keeps gaining attack. Another downside, though, is it can't equip the battling monster that it's battling with. So if there's a problematic card that it battles with that you really need to equip it to, it can't equip it. Or if it's just one monster against him, he can equip it to any monster. So, weird, but who knows? Maybe this card might be the way to play. I doubt it. I think the bigger strat would be Oracle King DR, because you want to gain life points with the continuous and then try to go for OTKs with your fusion synchro deck. But who knows? Who knows? DDD Dragonbane King Beowulf. Level 8. 1 DDD monster and 1 DD monster. 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Man, these Blue Eyes White Dragon strats today. Blue Eyes, stand aside. You're not the only dragon or monster with the ultimate attack and defense anymore. Jeez, everybody got your stats now. If a DD monster you control attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Once per turn, during your standby phase, you can destroy all cards in the spell and trap card zones. Wow. I could see some interesting strategies with this. I mean, this card can't do piercing because it's a DD. Unless there's some type of ruling that counts this card as a DD monster. Maybe y'all could tell me in the chat. I mean, I think that's probably why it's a rare, though. It's probably because it can't count itself. Because it seems like they're obviously separating the two. So, it can't do piercing damage itself. But that once per turn during your standby phase, like let's say you fusion on this card, let's say with the trap card, what do you call it? Y'all know what the one is. You banish face down the special summon. You bring this card out in phase, destroy all your opponent's back row, and then you go in for like OTK or for board control. This card's really good for that, and it will destroy all your spell and trap cards before you pay the cost. I am pretty sure of that. So I think this card's another out to not having to pay the cost of your continuous spells. Paladin of Storm Dragon, level 4 Cyber Z Ritual Effect Monster. You can ritual summon this card with Psynet Ritual at the start of the damage step. If this card attacks a monster, you can return that monster to the hand. You can tribute this card, special summon 1 level 5 or higher Cyber Z monster from your hand or deck, but it can activate its effects this turn. Damn it. I was about to say this card's broken. Well, not broken because you got a ritual summon this card, but interesting. Interesting. You can only use each effective Paladin of Storm Dragon once per turn. Okay. So this card's really good during the battle phase because you can return literally any monster your opponent controls. So I think it's gonna be. I think I'm gonna like it more for its first effect than its second, because this is gonna force your opponent to destroy this card by battle effect, or play something like Super Heavy Samurai, in order to get rid of this card, but everything else gets bounced. And yes, it bounces cards like Lunalight Cat Dancer, Lunalight Saber Dancer. It could bounce Cavalry. It could bounce all of the Shiranui cards, the level 10 Shiranui card specifically. So, interesting card if you make a deck around it. Malefic Parallel. So this is the tuner to make the ultimate Malefic Paradox Dragon. When this card is used, when using this card as a single material monster, the other single material monster is one Malefic monster in your hand. Bro. So all you gotta do is summon Malefic Parallel Gear and use Malefic monster in your hand and synchro summon into your Malefic Paradox Dragon. Now remember, we don't have skill drain in here like I used to do. Have freaking skill drain in here. Alright, dude, I remember playing Malefics with skill drain because you would need a field spell to freaking bring out Malefic Paradox Dragon. Oh my god, those strats used to be busted, dude. I remember I told y'all, man, I got second in regionals because of Malefics. It was Malefic Fire Kings, but dude, they couldn't touch me, man. They couldn't touch me. But yeah, summon this card. Have a Malefic, Malefic Blue Eyes or Stardust in your hand. Synchro summon the Malefic Paradox Dragon. Fairly easy to synchro summon. You just gotta have Malefic World on the field. Malefic Truth Dragon. I remember playing this card. This was the card I played. I played this as a one-up in my Malefic Fire King deck. This card was a monster. Was just destroying people, man. Like, people thought they, like, it was funny because they finally got past my board, and then I brought this bad boy out. And level 12 levels, and you're about to see by its effect how easy it is to bring this card out, too. Cannot be normal, dude, 5,000 attack and 5,000 defense, dude. Jesus. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by its own effect and cannot be special summoned by other ways. If a Malefic monster you control, except Malefic Truth Dragon, is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can pay half your life points, special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. There can only be one Malefic monster on the field. If there is no face-up field spell on the field, destroy this card. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. You could probably make a cheesy OTK deck with just this card and Malefics alone. Like, let's say you pop your Malefic card and then special summon this and then concentrating current, dude. That's 10,000 attack. That's 10,000 attack, guys. To the face. To the face, dude. Easy farm. I might try this card. I might try it. Because I don't know, like I said, in this 20 card format, it might be hard to fit it in the deck. DDD Dragon Kingpin Dragon, level 7 Fiend. If this card is in your hand, you contribute one Dragon type monster and one other Fiend type monster from your hand or your side of the field. Special summon this card. Once per turn, you can discard one card. This card gains 500 attack. Then you can destroy one spell and trap card on the field. This attack increase lasts until the end of this turn. Interesting card, pretty good. You may have to make, it's going to be interesting to see how this card will be played in decks in the future. In DDD decks, I don't know, since it's it's a level 7. But we'll see. DD Nighthawk, I remember this card being used in the TCG. It had a pretty good effect. Level 3 Fiend Tuner. Like I said, a level 3 Fiend Tuner to go into the level 10. This plus the level 7 equals the level 10. This will be the card that you're going to want in your deck. When this card is normal summon, you can target one DD monster in your graveyard, special summon it. There you go. Like I said. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Fiend type monsters. That monster's attack and defense becomes 0. If it is destroyed, you take 1,000 attack. Night Owl is very good because it helps you fusion and it helps you synchro. DD Ghost, level 2 Fiend type tuner. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one DD monster or guard contract card in your graveyard. Send one card from your deck to the graveyard with that name. This card is banished. You can target one of your banished DD monsters or dark contract cards except DD Ghost. Return it to the graveyard. Not bad. So we're looking for cards with graveyard effects or cards that you could get with Night Owl. So DD Ghost is an interesting card. DD Vice Typhoon, level 7 Fiend effect. When this card is normal summoned, you can tribute one DD monster, special summon one level 7 DDD monster from your deck. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can fusion summon one level 8 or higher DDD fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion material monsters listed on it from your graveyard, including this card. You only use each effective DD. Oh my god! What? So you could just mill this card in your graveyard, and then at the end of the turn, oh my god, dude, Vice Typhoon is gonna be broken. It's a level 7, yeah, but dude, you could break this card easily. Ghost, dude. Send this card to the graveyard. You target one DD monster in your graveyard, send one card from your deck with the same. Like, let's see that you have this and then this. You send another one to the graveyard, and then you just go into it. Oh my god, that's actually really bad. Like, you can make like 3 types of DDD decks, I could already tell. This is insane. I wonder what the best one will be. Dino Wrestler Marshall Ankilo. Attack 1000 defense and then 0 defense. During damage calculation, if another Dino Wrestler monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. That monster you control cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also, if the attack of your opponent's battling monster is halved at the end of the damage. Oh, halved at the end of the damage step. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there from the field this turn, you can special summon this card, but banish it, release the field. Ooh, and it's a special summon. Dude, Dino Wrestler with Survival's End, guys. With Scapegoat. With Scapegoat. Ooh. That's the time to play Scapegoat now. During damage calculation, if your other Dino Wrestler monster battles an opponent's monster within an equal or higher attack, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. From the field to that. From the hand or field to the graveyard. For that battle, your monster cannot be destroyed, and the battle damage you take is halved. When the opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from the graveyard, add one Dino Wrestler monster from your deck to your hand. Ooh. Level Launcher Commander, Cyber C, level 4. All of the Cyber C type monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can tribute one Cyber C type monster, then target one face-up monster opponent controls and destroy it. So he could tribute, you could summon him, tribute himself, and destroy a face-up monster your opponent controls. That's not bad, man. That's not bad. It's actually, yeah, that's not bad at all. Rescue Interlacer, level 3 Cyber C effect. During damage calculation, if your Cyber C type monster is attacked, you can discard this card. You take no battle. Oops. You take no battle damage from that battle. You can only use the effect of Rescue Interlacer once per turn. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was discarded, there to activate this effect, this turn special summon this card. Wow. That's the same effect as this. That's actually really good though, man, because then you have another body on the board to keep from OTKs. So this is interesting, man. So I think we got a little bit of stuff against OTK decks too. Malefic World. So this is the card I used to play in the TCG. This card is very good. I remember playing this card with Terraforming. Just search it. This card is very good. This card and Ori Calculus was the cards I used to play. Because this card, oh, I'll read its effect to show you why it's pretty good. While this card is face up on the field, you can activate this effect instead of conducting a normal draw. During your draw phase, choose 3 Malefic cards from your deck and have your opponent pick one of them at random to add to your hand. Shuffle the rest back into the deck. So this will allow you to keep drawing into your Malefic cards instead of just drawing, which you pretty much want to do anyway. So very good card, and it's a field spell to help get your Malefics out. It keeps recycling, kind of like Invoke in a way. So pretty good card unless they get rid of it. Malefic Selector spell card. Banish 2 Malefic cards from your graveyard. Add 2 Malefic cards from your deck to your hand, except Malefic Selector with different names from each other and from the banished cards. And from the banished cards, activate 1 magic effect per turn. Oh, okay. So the cards that you select, oh, that's kind of bad because the cards that you banish, you can't add those same cards. That sucks. I mean, maybe a one of just to test out the spice. I don't know. I think that's just too much. Quick play spell card, Spool Code. While when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack while you have 3 or more Cyber monsters in your graveyard, negate the attack, then you can special summon up to 3 Spool tokens in defense. These tokens cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. Oof! So you can't tribute them for a tribute summon. But you can tribute them for a special summon! Malefic Claw Stream, or for an effect. Malefic Claw Stream, I remember this card. I used to play it, then I took it out when I was optimizing my deck, but in this format, this card might actually see some really good play. Activate only if you control a face-up Malefic monster. Select one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. The reason I say this card's going to see some play is because you could run a Malefic deck with just nothing but back row in Malefic World and be able to just keep setting a whole bunch of back row. Because I remember that, I think that used to be the case in the TCG. Summon a Malefic monster, a whole bunch of back row, go in. Malefic Claw Stream can be one of those back row, but remember, if you don't have a Malefic monster on the field, you can't use this card. Dark Contract with the Witch. I remember this card as well. Wasn't this card broken too, man? Jesus. Continuous Trap card. You can send one DD or Dark Contract card from your hand to the graveyard, and then target what card on the field. Oh my god. Destroy it. You can only use this effect with Dark Contract with the Witch once per turn. All Fiend-type monsters you control gain 1,000 attack during your opponent's turn only. Once per turn during your stand by phase, take 1,000 attack. Yeah. DDDs are going to be meta. I guarantee that. This card is going to wreck your opponent on their field. Like, it doesn't hit any card, but the fact that you can keep removing monsters on your opponent's side of the field on their turn is very useful. This card's definitely going to see some play. This card saw a lot of play in the TCG as well. Sinister. Oh, Yurishiro! Wait, didn't we already have this card? No, we don't! Yes! This is an Archfiend card. Archfiends, 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 dude. Trap card, continuous effect. Y'all know why. Each turn, one level 5 or higher Fiend-type monster you normal summon can be summoned without tributing. If exactly one normal summoned or set level 5 or higher Fiend-type monster and no other cards would be destroyed, you could send this card to the graveyard instead. Dude, I remember playing this card with this card right here. I forgot that card's name because that's the card you summon, and then like no, I forgot. I think you need to be tribute summon. I forgot their effects, but I remember one of them. As long as it was on the field, your opponent couldn't normal summon. Couldn't special summon. And dude, I used to play this with Archfiends. You could normal summon Chaos Hunter with this. Oh, dude, this card brings me back, dude. So many plays. Like, it was a fun deck, but it was wrecking meta decks at the time just because I'd keep them from doing so much stuff. It was an anti-meta card. Cyber Seed Beacon, normal trap card. If you took damage by battle or an opponent's card effect this turn, add one level 4 or lower Cyber Seed type monster from your deck to your hand. Ooh, a nice little searcher. DD Baphomet level 4 Fiend effect. Once per turn, you can target one DD monster you control that has a level except DD Baphomet and declare level from 1 to 8. It becomes that level until the end of this turn. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except DD monsters. So you can't special summon a DDD monster because of this card. So I don't know if what you synchro is a DD monster. Let's find that out. No, it's a DDD. So that card may not be that good. Yeah, it may not be that good because I don't know if you could synchro summon with it. Yeah, I don't know if you could synchro summon it. There might be a ruling, man. I don't know because like I said, I didn't play him that much to the point where I like literally know the rulings in and out. But y'all can tell me in the comments below too, because that is one thing I definitely want y'all to tell me. I'll probably look it up too. Can you get DDD monsters with some of their effects, like DD Baphomet? When this card is destroyed by battle, so this is a level 5. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or when this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, and you control no card, you can draw 2 cards. Interesting card right here. Dino Wrestler Escrimaniche. Level 6. If you control a Dino Wrestler monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. During your turn, if your opponent special summons a monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 4 or lower Dino Wrestler monster in your graveyard special summon, then add this card to your hand. Very situational. Probably wouldn't want to play it in my deck. More like the level 4 and lowers. Kind of seeming up my alley currently. When you're down a wrestler monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can put some of this card from your hand to the bench. Go use this effect down a wrestler once per turn. Your opponent cannot target other battle monsters you control with card effects. I do like its last effect because you can do battle damage, special summon this card from your hand. Now your opponent can't target it except Rambraccio. Interesting. Flameveil Magician. While you control the ally, just once this card gains 400 attack. Flameveils, man. All we need is that spell card. I forgot its name. Flameveil Magician, man. Client, level 3, Cyber Sea. While this normal summoned or set card is face up on the field, all Cyber Sea type monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense during your turn only. If this card on the field would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one Cyber Sea monster in your hand or face up instead. Okay. Defect Compiler, level 3, Cyber Sea effect. Once per turn, if you would take damage from an opponent's card effect, place one defect counter on this card instead. Once per turn, you can remove one defect counter from this card and target one Cyber Sea monster you control against 800 until the end of this turn. Capacitor Stalker, level 5. When this card is normal summon, you can target one other Cyber Sea monster you control. I kind of lost myself outside. You control while this face-up card is on the field, that monster gains 800 attack. If this card on the monster is destroyed by a card effect set to grave, each player takes 800 life points. Damage. Interesting. Cyber Sea Converter. Golly, all these Cyber Seas. If all monsters you control are Cyber Sea type monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Cyber Sea Converter once per turn this way. When this card is normal summon, you can target one face-up monster you control. It becomes a Cyber Sea monster until the end of this turn. Ooh, and it becomes a Cyber Sea monster. Interesting. Flick. Oh, I almost thought I said clown. I almost thought I said clown, dude. Flick Clown, level 4, Cyber Sea. Oh my god. If you control at least 2 other Cyber Sea type monsters and have no cards in your hand, you can pay 1,000 life points. Draw 1 card. You only use this effect Flick Clown once per turn. Very situational. Data Core, level 1. This card is special summon. You can special summon 1 Data Acorn. Control. Okay. Garbage Collector. You need to collect some of these other cards, because I don't know. Maybe there's a combo I don't know of. You can target one other Cyber Sea type monster you control that began the duel in the main phase. Return it to the hand. If you do, special summon from your deck 1 Cyber Sea monster with the same level but with a different name. You can only use this effect Garbage Collector once per turn. You control that began the duel in the main deck. Return it to your hand. This is an interesting card. Garbage Collector, interesting card. That's probably one of the cards I could actually see in play. Anti-Leon, Cyber Sea effect, 1900 attack, level 4. Once per turn, discard battle monster this battle phase. It's a quick effect. Immediately after this card effect resolves, normal summon 1 Cyber Sea type monster. If this face-up card you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, draw 1 card. Battle monster this battle phase. So I think while it's battling, you could be able to normal summon immediately, which is interesting. Prompt Thorn, you contribute 1 level 4 or lower Cyber Sea type monster, including itself. Special summon any number of Cyber Sea type normal monsters from your deck or graveyard whose total levels equal to attributed monsters level, but banish them during the end phase. Link Streamer, level 4. When a Cyber Sea monster is normally special summoned to your field, when this card is on the field, you can special summon 1 data token. You can only use this effect of Link Streamer once per turn. Okay. I think this is where the reprints come. Zushin, the Sleeping Giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Warrior effect. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by tributing a monster you control with no Zushin counter. So that should be easy. And cannot be... Oh no, with 10. Sorry. Wait, what? With 10 Zushin counters? And cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, you can reveal this card in your hand. Then target one level 1 normal monster you control. Keep this card revealed until the end of this turn. Place 1 Zushin counter on it, unaffected by other card effects. If this card battles a monster during damage calculation, attacking of this card become equal to that current attack of the monster it's battling times 1,000 during that damage calculation only. So pretty much Zushin comes out, that's GG. But how would you get this card out, man? Like, it would take too long. You can reveal this card in your hand and target one level 1 no. And you have to have a level 1 Noah monster you control. Keep this card revealed until the end of this turn. Place 1 Zushin card on it. Unaffected. But you need 10 Zushin counters to bring it out. That's probably why it's a normal. It's almost impossible to get out. You'd have to keep stalling. Suppression Collider, normal. Okay. So look at all these Cyber Seas, and I think that's about it. Well, wait. Malefic Divide, quick play spell card. Target one Malefic monster in your graveyard, special summon, ignoring its summoning conditions, but its effects are negated. Also banish it during the end phase. Dude, Malefic Divide with Malefic Truth Dragon. And it can attack with Concentrating Current. True Nade, Malefic, oh my god. Forbidden Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Continuous spell card. Once per turn, you can special summon one DDD monster from your hand in defense position, but its effects are negated. That's fine, that's a free special summon. Once per turn, you can fusion summon one fiend type fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as material monsters, including a monster special summoned by this card with the above effect. Once per turn during your standby phase, take 2,000 damage. Jesus. But if you bring out the other fusion, you just gain 2,000. So, a heek. Not bad because it's another fusion card you could use. Rainbow Refraction, quick play spell card. If a monster you control whose original name is Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon, activate its effects as turn, special summon any number of special beast monsters with different names from your deck. Yeah. Cyanide Ritual. So this is the card that brings out the Cyanide Dragon. This card can be used as ritual summon any Cyber Sea type ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed. Nice, I like the exceed. The level of the ritual monster you can ritual summon. If you control no ritual monsters, you can banish this card. If you control no monsters, you can banish this card and one ritual monster from the graveyard. Special summon 2 Cyanide tokens. You can activate this effect to turn this card is sent to the graveyard. Okay, so it has more to it. Malefic Tune trap card. If a face-up Malefic monster you control is destroyed by a battle or an opponent's card effect, draw 2 cards. If a face-up Malefic monster you control is destroyed while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Add 1 Malefic monster from your deck to your hand. So if this card's in the graveyard, you could intentionally destroy your Malefic card just to go into another Malefic card. Interesting. DD Recruits. DD Warrior Lady. DD Dimensional Warrior. DD Assailant. And then that DD Magician, whatever his name is. Cool. Alright. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, target any number of DD monsters and their DD contract cards in your graveyard up to the difference. Add those cards to your hand. You can only activate 1 DD per turn. I think I remember this card. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, well, you can add about 1 or 2. But I remember in a 5 freaking Monster Zone format, this actually put in work. Is that it? No, it's not. My thing is just acting up. DD Reroll. Continuous Trap card. Dark Contract cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can banish this card from the graveyard, then target up to 3 of your other banished DD cards, shuffle them into the deck. Interesting recycle card. Contract Laundering. Destroy as many Dark Contract cards in your spell and trap cards on as possible. And if you do draw the same number of cards you destroy, negate 1,000 life point for each card you drew with this effect. Ooh. Dark Contract with Errors. Fiendish Chain! Oh, I think this copies, if I'm not mistaken. Control Continuous Trap card. Once per turn, if you control a DD monster, you can negate all trap card effects on the field other than this card. Oh my god. All other on the field other than this card for the rest of this turn. Even if this card leaves the field, once per turn during the time of fight, take 1,000 damage. The problem is, you probably would rather just run Trap Stun in all honesty. Yeah, you just want to run Trap Stun in all honesty over this. Attack of the Cornered Rats. I think we already have this card, right? If a level 3 or lower normal monster control battles during this damage, you can pay life points in multiples 100. The attack are reduced by the amount of life points you pay into the end phase. You cannot pay more life than the attack of the opponent's monster. Interesting. I don't know. I don't think we have it, but I could probably be wrong. pop-up. Did we have? No. I think that's a recycle card. They got Demise of the Land coming back with Malefics. Interesting. Field Barrier for Malefics. But yeah, guys, that's my deck review. Not what I expected. I did not miss this. I did not expect Malefics at all. Or DDDs, for that matter. Konami is just throwing curveballs at us, dude. This tells you that nobody ever knows what comes out in the next box. Nobody does, man. Don't let anyone tell you different. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this review. I went over every card. Tell me